These guys got me going. So this is what it's about, huh? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, you made it, man. You got it.
elbows.
Come on in, bro. Come on in.
We're going in?
Let's come on in.
Go.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Hey.
Hey,
yo.
yo.
Man.
Hello.
Chop it up.
Number Show at Late Night. We are back doing in-person interviews live from the Bodega. Miro, who do we have in the building?
Just, you know what I'm saying? Just Super Bowl MVP, you know what I'm saying? NFL superstar, you know what I'm saying? Currently retired, you know what I'm saying? About to take the world by storm, doing analysms. It's Julian Edelman, ladies and
You know what
gentlemen.
it is?
You know what I'm saying?
Latest member of the Showtime gang.
Gang,
You know what I'm saying? Throw it up, throw it up, throw it up. My guy, how's it going?
It's going good. Was that an E40 reference? Was that an E40 reference?
You know what I'm saying?
Was that giving you respect for the gay area? Shake those dreads. Shake those dreads.
Let me see you show you. Nah, I'm doing well, man. I'm excited.
Yo, as the head honchos of this gang, we want to welcome you. You know, you Don Cheadle, you're joining our experienced network of nothing but fire shows. You know what I'm saying? The head honcho David Nevins gave us that call. He said to introduce you into this. So how did you hook up with Showtime?
How did I hook up with Showtime? Well, first off, thank you guys for having me. You know, and I mean, we kind of came up in the same world. You guys came up through social media, just kind of like I did in this whole world, built the brand, and now you guys are with Showtime.
Right.
So, like, that's why I'm super stoked to be here with you guys. But it all started with making a couple dumb videos on Instagram and YouTube, and then, you know, trying to create more content and developing a relationship with Showtime through the documentary we produced called 100%. And, you know, with Viacom and all the platforms they've had. I mean, I grew up watching Top Gun, Days of Thunder, all these crazy Paramount movies, and it seemed only fitting, you know, Nickelodeon, to get involved with someone that you're such a fan with. So, you know, that's kind of how it started. It's super early. I don't know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, but it honestly reminds me of like the first time, you know, after I got drafted in 2009, I was a quarterback in college.
Yep.
I was going to be a receiver. Had
Right.
no clue what I was getting into. And a lot of people, oh, you this, that. Nah, I never played receiver. I never done anything like that. I have those same emotions now.
Okay.
You know, I know how to play football. I know how to do certain things
still
in
figuring
this
it out.
world. But you're still nervous as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a new chapter. And through my years, I've always been nervous for things I've been passionate about. So I'm excited for that.
Listen, no
So-
propaganda, but this is a place they're gonna nurture you. They're gonna have your back.
Yeah.
They'll help you create. Look, fam, we rebuilt a bodega on 34th Street. Look at
You know
this.
what I'm saying?
Look, this is so authentic. You feel like at any point a cat is gonna jump out. So,
Need the cat.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, no, it was some real shit though. Like making that transition from playing the game to talking about the game. But you're a dude that, like, you know, always puts. You could tell, like, you leave it all out on the field.
Yeah, you said that.
So I figure, like, you know, it'll translate to TV. Cause like you look at somebody like A-Rod. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like, all right, people ain't gonna bang with him. You know, and then he comes out, he's really good.
Yeah.
Tony Romo, Giants fans. You know what I'm saying? Tony, I'm not even gonna say your name on TV, but really good at what he does. You know what I'm saying? So I see it, bro. I see it.
Hey, you know, we're gonna find out. I've learned a lot through the game of football on teamwork, accountability, discipline, sacrifice, and I'm gonna try to bring all those things that I've learned from the game I've been playing since I was 8 years old. I'm gonna try to transfer it in the next part of my life to the next thing I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to do that. Everything from like a red sheet itinerary that we get when you play football in the league. Every Friday you get the itinerary of what the travel plan is, what this is gonna be. Like I got my team, I'm like, yo, I want this, like this, like this. I want it to be kind of the same, just because I'm familiar with that.
Preparation.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and everything's, like you said, is in the preparation. So, you know, I'm excited.
But here's
I'm
my
excited.
question.
Let's hear this
I
question.
see it all the time with sports announcers. When you retire, a lot of times they can't help it. Like they're kind of like, well, you know, like this happens a lot with basketball. You have a player like, well, when I was playing, I would have done this, or I wouldn't have exactly gone for the touchdown like that. Or these young players, they don't have what I have. How do you stop that from coming out when you're doing the announcement? Or are you going to fully embrace that and be the crotchety old retired player and just shit on the young players? Because I would like that if that's the case.
I'm just gonna be real.
Okay.
How I feel.
All right.
Yeah.
Poet, and I didn't even know
Wow.
it.
Charles,
Come on,
come on,
Tandre,
bars.
don't even ask him how.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, hove
what
up.
I'm saying?
Hove up.
No. I don't want to. I'm not a hater at heart.
Right.
Right.
So, I respect the evolution of where we're at, and I know guys from when I was a rookie in the league, they were looking at my generation like, all right, this is not how it is. And, just through the years of being in it, you find out that, like, all right, the guys who are older are just like the guys that were older when you were younger, and it's just an evolution. And it's all kind of relevant.
Got you.
So it's going to be about, finding that happy medium of, if I'm going to, I don't know, I'm not going to put no one on blast or anything, but, if the play's not there, you
Like,
gotta,
yo, that shit touch your hands, you gotta catch it, bro.
Right.
You see what I did?
I would've done
caught
that.
the ball in
I
midair.
would've done that.
I was on the floor with two motherfuckers on my back, and I still caught the shit.
Just
You can
remind
do it
them.
too.
Just remind them. And then you got to do the thing where they cut to the replay. You're like,
Yeah.
yo, we just saw this last week.
We just
Like,
saw this.
he's going to show this every week? Just out of nowhere, no context.
Are you sick of that shit? Keep it real, because it's like, everybody has like their mega highlight. Like Odell got the
cat,
one-hander. You got that, like the ball is like in defying laws of physics, and you just like clamp, first down.
Yeah, I'm sick of that one because from that game, I don't remember that catch. I remember being the guy at halftime, Mr. Rah-Rah, let's go, we're down 28-3, let's F it, we're going to be okay.
It's Showtime too, so you can be like, yo, fuck that,
Yeah.
let's go.
You're
Yeah,
cursed.
like, fuck it.
That was a hell of a Super Bowl, though.
What?
Bro,
But from that Super Bowl, I don't remember that catch. I remember coming out of halftime,
just amped.
being Mr. Rah-Rah, and then all of a sudden on a third down, I actually dropped the ball. And then I'm like, we put us in a bigger hole. And then they scored another touchdown. So, like, I don't know. I never really think about the things that you do well. I've always thought about the things that
you messed up at.
I messed up at. Even if I had my best game, there was always one thing that I could have done better here. I could have done better there. There was a block. There was a loaf. Something like that. Yeah. That's what I'm always thinking about. So, of course I'm sick of that. That
Got you.
fucking catch.
So let's go back in time. Let's go back in the time machine. You from the Bay originally.
Yay area.
Yeah, area. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to E40. Ooh. You know what I'm saying?
Mac Dre,
40
Mac Dre,
water.
Mac
You know what I'm saying?
Mac Dre, Mac Mall.
You know what I'm saying?
Andre Nicotine,
Mac Mall,
Andre
Mac Dre,
Nicotine.
you know what I'm saying?
Too short, too short.
Romper
Too
Room,
short.
you know what I'm saying?
Too
All
short.
that.
G-Eazy.
Hey,
Kalani.
all day.
G-Eazy.
You know what I'm saying?
He's new school.
Going from there, where it's beautiful all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like we was talking about earlier, the 3 W's is out there. You figure it out yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then going to the Northeast, which is basically the tundra for a dude from the West Coast. What was that like, that transition? You know what I'm saying?
I went to Ohio for school. I went to Kent State, and I got kind of used to, Midwest people are they're nice people.
Yeah.
They love football. And then I went out to Boston in my first day in camp.
It's a different kind of cold, dog.
Not even cold, just people.
The people are different.
The people. I go out to camp, I drop a punt, and I'm getting booed by 16,000 people at training. We got 16,000 people going to our training camp.
Right. The pressure.
So, like, you get that, and then it's like November, or I think it was my rookie year, and it was October 16th. We played against the Tennessee Titans, and it snowed in October
Right.
16th. And I was never really accustomed to it, even though I spent 3 years in Ohio. It was just a different beast, man, especially in Foxborough.
Right.
Foxborough is windy.
It looks
it's
like it on
cold.
TV, like.
And in that game, it didn't snow anywhere other than the stadium. So it was almost like Coach Belichick had like a thing, a button, like we need something going here. Like that's the kind of stuff that happens over there. It's crazy. It took me some time to get used to it, but I think because of, how our coaches coached over there, we were always in practice outdoors.
Right.
And, they break you in for it.
What's the worst condition you ever played in that you remember?
I remember in 2013 we played against the Denver Broncos, and it wasn't necessarily like temperature the coldest. It was only
altitude.
No, it was in Foxborough.
Oh, okay.
It was in Foxborough, but there was like 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts of wind at like 20 degrees. So I was getting down like super cold. And I'd rather have snow than like real cold or rain cold, because the snow you're gonna stay around about 28 degrees. That day it was just clear as ever, windy. And I mean, when it gets so cold and the wind, the ball gets like a rock.
Yeah.
Your hands are freezing. I mean, you could stay warm in between series because they have all the amenities and stuff. But like when you get out there and there's a TV timeout, you got to sit for 3 minutes. You're over here looking at the guy. He's saying, "What the fuck are we doing? Let's go." Like, you know, "Hey ref, come on, let's go. Let's get this shit going. I'm fucking freezing." You know, it's different, man. So that was probably one of the coldest times I can remember.
I mean, we can relate because we shot a promo for the Super Bowl at MetLife Stadium.
Facts.
And you know what? We were sitting in chairs, and that's not even close to what you were doing. And we were freezing our asses off. And we were sitting there like, how the fuck do they play in this?
shit?
This is
without
wild.
like thermals and shit, like the
Yo.
dude with the cap sleeve, like, bro, like jumping all over the place.
The wind is coming through, your lips are chattering, like, and I can't even imagine what it's like to like physical contact with another person like that, or even try to catch something. So, listen, man.
Shout out to you.
I'm telling you, it's tough, and I mean that was a huge part of our game. You know, as playing in New England, was having that home field advantage and practicing it and embracing the cold. I mean, we would go to the Super Bowl, and we'd have like a week of practice where you have 2 weeks before a Super Bowl, and we'd have a week of practice in Foxborough, and then you would go to your town where you're going, so like Houston or wherever. And I remember one year, it is like, we're going to go play in Arizona. It is indoors. And Bill Belichick's got us outside in like -2-degree weather.
Why?
Having like a blue and white scrimmage. Like a week before the Super Bowl, full pads, like ready to tackle. I'm sitting here like, yo, we're going to about 75 and sunny right now. Like, this is
Indoors.
But
We're
that's-
playing inside a mall.
But looking back to it, you're like, you know, that's why we were so mentally and physically and ready for all that kind of stuff.
Got you.
You already know. Coming into a strong roster, retired, going back now into another strong roster with the Brandon Marshall, you know what I'm saying? Ray Lewis, you know what I mean? Legends.
Yeah.
Like, you said you were the rah-rah guy in the locker room. Ray Lewis is definitely a rah-rah guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Was that something that you took like at every level? Because football starts early. My son is 5 and he's in flag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's the rah-rah guy. You know what I mean? So like, is that something that you always
I was never
had?
the speech guy. Okay, Ray looks like the guy who was the speech guy. I was
He got
kind
the
of
dance and everything.
Yeah. He got the war dances. And
Yeah.
I was more of like, you know, the asshole that if you weren't doing your shit, like I'd be like, hey, pick it up. Like, let's, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
you know, like the guy would yell here and there. I wasn't giving the speech.
Right.
So
give the
I'll
comment, like-
I'm going to go and I'm going to find my role. I'm a role guy. You know, everyone needs a Pippin. You know, hey, I won't be Mike, whatever.
But you'll be there at
But
the
I
end.
will find my role, and like it's theirs, and I'm just so excited to be able to go out and like speak with these guys, because I've been a fan of the show for so long, and they've got so much insight in this game, and to bring, you know, whatever my take's gonna be, and my take what it's going to be, along with theirs, it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
You know, especially with B. Marshall. I mean, he's all over. I mean, he's
Yo.
just an exciting guy that he's just always ready to.
The energy's always like on 10 over there.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just trying to add to it.
Now, your whole life, football, you got the dream of the Super Bowl. Now you're retired.
Yeah.
What's your day like now? Because are you still like, you're not working out at that same level, right?
It's tough to. It's tough to work out at the same level because you're not using the same, like, all right, usually in off season you go get your body worked on for about an hour. Then you go do some prehab for another hour.
Rehab. Shit.
Prehab for like your ankles, knees, and all like the prevention training type
Prevention.
stuff. Yeah.
I'm over here, I'm like, is that like pre-rehab? Like
Yo,
for drugs
shit,
and shit?
like, yo, what? Like, I ain't even
You go to daytop early.
You got it. And then you go into like your plyometric, and then you train weightlift, and then you condition. So you're putting at least 4 or 5 hours into your body. Now, like, I can go pick up my kid and bring her to school, and handle a couple calls, maybe get an hour and a half of workout in, and I can't put the same amount of effort into the workout because I ain't getting the body work like I was getting when I was in the league. You know, like Kobe beef. You know, Kobe beef, they give those cows beer and
They
massage
live
them.
good.
Ain't no Kobe beef. I'm over here,
Have you ever had Kobe beef?
Yeah, I've had some Kobe beef. I'm not a big fan. It's too rich.
Too rich?
It's too rich. It's almost like you eat it, and like you can only have like maybe one 2, 3 bites, you start going past that, I'm getting stomach aches.
Yeah.
It's like red velvet steak.
Wow.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's the fat content and the marbleization is beautiful. It tastes great, but it's like too buttery for me.
Got you.
You know, I like a ribeye. Like a regular ribeye. There's some fat in there, but you can get away from it.
How do you like the steak?
I like it medium. I'm not a medium rare guy.
Okay.
Not a medium rare guy, and I know that that's like a big take. All right.
Listen, it could be worse. You could have just said well done. And I
No,
would've got out
I'm
the
not. I'm
seat.
not shoe
I'd have
leather.
been like,
I'm not shoe
I'd have
leather.
been like,
I'm not shoe leather. I'm not an amateur.
he's like, well done with ketchup.
Yeah. Ketchup with. No.
Bro, don't
Come
do it.
on, P. Holmes. We doing ketchup with
Bro,
steak.
before we wrap this up, yeah, I think it was like last year, there was this incident, you know, like, because, you know, you're Jewish and anti-Semitism is on the rise.
Yeah.
And I think it was a player, something happened, and you actually were very diplomatic about it, the way you reached out and you expressed that you were proud about being Jewish.
Yeah.
What is it like now? Because we definitely see, because of like the lockdown and COVID, and you start seeing things like George Soros memes and stuff, like anti-Semitism is on the rise. What is it like dealing with that, you know, being a famous person, like, and also trying to be the face to like kind of diffuse that and educate people?
You know, it's almost a responsibility for your culture, you know, and it's like anyone who's a part of any culture. If something happens, you know, there's things that are going to happen. There's always going to be some kind of adversity or this or that. Why don't we educate each other? Because a lot of people, they've never had an experience, you know, with a certain group of people, a certain color of people, a certain religion. So they don't really know.
Right.
You know, why don't we give an experience and then let them have a judgment after that?
Right.
Why don't we educate each other? You know, so like it's one of those things where like, you know, I'm sure he didn't know what he was saying, and there's been multiple, but like, you know, I gotta stand up for my people, you know, and let people know like, hey, we're here too, but it's let's go out in a different way. Let's not just kind of jump on someone and say, all right, like that's not what I believe in, because I know I've said stupid things. I've been a dumb idiot in different matters. Like, why? Let me put myself in this kid's situation. Did he really know what was going on? There's too much to go. So, like, let's try something else.
Gotcha.
You know, as long as the outcome is income or progression, you know, that's what it's about.
Yo, last question I gotta ask you, because this is burning my mind. Is this just a long con to then just announce and be like, yo, Julian Edelman, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl, another one, let's get it, run it back, TB, Gronk, we doing it again.
You had to ask. Because if it was true, you'd find out here.
You know what I'm saying?
Find out here. Number one show late night.
Number one show late night, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, Julian, thank you for a
Thank you,
fantastic interview. Thanks for sitting down with us. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Listen, everyone that comes into the Bodega is a guest, and they get a neon sign. What would you like your neon sign to say?
I gotta go with Yalla. You gotta go with Yalla, which means let's go. It's Arabic Hebrew slang. Yalla, 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 yalla. That's what it would be.
You know what I'm saying?
You know the vibes. Our guy right here.
Julian Edelman, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? He moves the chains.
Yo, welcome to the DESUS MERO YouTube channel.
That's right, you know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, you know what I mean?
That's right, we got a lot of digital content in here to keep you up in between our shows. So be sure to like, subscribe, and, you know, click watch another video. We out.
Hit all the buttons. Watch man.